Yo, welcome back everybody. I hope you guys are doing well as always. So I haven't made a Destroy Lonely video in a while, but after seeing this new snippet, I got inspired to make a beat just like that. I'm pretty sure this snippet was produced by Cody. He's worked with Lone on some of his biggest songs to date. And I'm guessing if you're watching this video, then you probably know who Cody is, so I don't really have to explain that. Anyway, this beat and snippet are absolutely insane, so I just wanted to get on here and show you guys how I made something similar to this. So without further ado, this is how to make beats for Destroy Lonely in 2025. Alright, so the first thing we're starting off with are just some chords that I got from Terps, and we're using this atmosphere preset in Analog Lab. For a lot of Lone type of stuff, it's usually good to just keep the melody kind of like spacey and sort of just like atmospheric. It kind of helps build that sort of vibe that he goes for. Then the second thing I did was I added just another layer of the same chords, and I'm using this flutter key from the Analog Blueprint kit by Keon. This is also in Analog Lab. I love using any of the multi-key stuff from Keon when I'm trying to do that like atmospheric type of sound, just because a lot of those presets have a ton of like ear candy things to them. So they just build a really nice sort of like environment for the beat. And then the next thing I did was I took those same chords and just made them into this like stab pattern that just repeats across the entire thing. For this one, we're in Analog Lab again, and I'm using the Alone Nowhere preset. You can see by now that a common theme for this one is to pick a lot of sounds that have a lot of movement to them. It just really helps, like I said, build the atmosphere for everything. So you don't have to use a ton of sounds. You can just use a couple, but as they change throughout the progression, like just more interesting things happen. Then next I got this synth from a Nico Barron kit. I believe it was from the Circuits one-shot kit in the synths category. It's called Glitch Mode. And again, this synth has like a ton of weird movement to it already, so it just really adds like cool textures. On that one, I just added a reverb to kind of enhance the atmosphere of it, make it a little more spacey. Then the last thing I added was the bass, and this bass pattern is kind of all over the place, but from my experience in listening to a lot of Lone beats, and also watching a lot of like Cody videos on how he produces for Lone, he talks about it all the time that he doesn't really follow the like quote unquote root notes of all of the melodies. He just uses notes that sound good and just kind of like almost make a pattern of their own, because like the 808 is kind of considered a melodic aspect. So this was the bass line that I came up with for this loop, and I'm using one of my basses from a new kit that's going to be coming out soon from me and Gateway. It's called the Baked Bass. So yeah, those are all of the patterns. All together, the loop is going to sound like this. All right, now so moving over to the drums, I noticed that the beat that Cody made for that snippet was pretty much all in triplet, which I thought gave it a really cool bounce. So I kind of copied that for this beat as well. But to start with, we just have the clap. I also don't know if I mentioned this, but we're in 130 BPM, so a little bit slower. Then we got the hi-hat, and again, I made the entire thing in the 1/3 step, so it sounds like this. Then we just have a couple accent snares. The first one. Then we got this additional snare. Then I added two open hats. This first one is more like a longer one that just hits on the 1 and the 5. And then this one is a more constant one that just plays on pretty much every bar of the beat. And then in the spirit of Cody, I put the night vision effects that he uses all the time in his beats. And then last we have the 808, and the 808 is also from that new kit with me and Gateway. Actually, majority of these sounds are, except for that effects. But I'm using the wire 808 from that kit, and this is what it sounds like. I followed the root notes for this and just added like a couple more notes. So yeah, that's it for all of the drums and the loop. And then as far as like arranging goes, I really didn't do anything too crazy. I just built out like a 64 bar pattern, and then just added like a little bridge in between. And what I usually do, like I always say, is just kind of take out some drum sounds here and there, to let the beat kind of have a little bit of like switch ups and whatnot, so it doesn't get too repetitive. But for the most part, I just have all the drums playing the whole time. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this beat. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you guys are excited for like new Lone music. I know a lot of people didn't really like his last album and whatever, but I thought it was all right. But I'm definitely excited to see him go back to kind of like that no stylist sound. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.